Brandon in Connecticut. What's up, Brandon?
Hey, Mike, thanks for taking the call.
Yeah, what's going on?
Hey, just want to talk a little bit about Yankee starting pitching. I mean, Ken Singleton was making a great point yesterday.
What was it?
During the broadcast was, we got Severino. He's having a Cy Young type year.
He is.
And after that, the starting rotation's real shaky. Tanaka, is not throwing as hard as he has been. Tanaka is literally one pitch away from Tommy John.
Well, we don't know that. We don't know that. I mean, we've been saying that for 3 years, though. We've been saying it for 3 years.
Yeah, but it's getting closer and closer.
But and listen, Singleton does a good job, but that's not breaking any ground by saying the Yankee pitching is not strong behind Severino. We all know that.
Yeah, I just want to say, it just seems to me that Cashman's being real timid.
Well, wait a second. Why are you in a hurry? These things don't happen on the first week in June. They just don't. What team do you want? Like, let's look at the Cardinals for a second and look at their pitching staff. They got guys on that staff that the Yankees be interested in. They're not. We don't know if the Cardinals are going to be in it, out of it. Where are they going to be right now? Right now, they're sitting there. They're sitting in third place. They're 32 and 26. They like to get prospects. They like to rebuild. They like to do that in a hurry when they think they're out of it for a year. Well, are they going to be out of it? They're going to be in it. I mean, there's a perfect example. They're going to be out of it. They're going to be in it. Are the Giants going to be out of it? Or are they going to be in it? You could go down the list. There's a whole bunch of different teams, and you can decide, what's going to happen. Is Seattle? Seattle's doing really well right now. And I tell you, a lot of people on my over-unders, the one I heard the most about was people said I was crazy by taking Houston under at 98.5. And I said, hey, if you have to win 99 games to win the over, that is one of the worst bets in history. That's all there is to it. If you look, Houston's not even in first place. So that's what happens. And Cleveland, same thing. They can coast. Both teams can coast to their division titles. That's all there is to it. So, I mean, they'll get a good run. They'll win their 90 games. They're not going to win 99 games this year. Back to back, it doesn't happen. The Yankees will be hungry. They'll be pushed by the Red Sox. They'll win 100 games. John in Breezy Point. What's up, John?
Hi, Mike. I can't believe you just mentioned the Cardinals, Mike. I've been trying to get in since yesterday. First of all, let me just preface by saying the Mets are not going to part with DeGrom, and the Yankees are not going to part with Torres.
Let me say this: the Yankees, the Mets are not trading either pitcher. That's all there is to it. Yeah, they're not trading either pitcher. That's correct.
And also, Mike, if the Yankees, of course, there was no way of knowing, but if they had known that they were going to get what they've gotten out of Andujar and Torres, I don't think they would have entertained the thought of getting Stanton. How about...
Well, listen, the Yankees really didn't entertain this thought of getting Stanton anyway. Stanton was not someone they coveted. What happened is it was dumped on their doorstep, and there's nothing they could do but take it. That's what happened.
Okay, now, I know there's monumental issues to work out money-wise.
Well, also, he's got to prove he's got no trade.
What if they offered him to St. Louis for Michael Watt?
He's already turned down St. Louis. Remember, Jeter made 2 trades last year that he vetoed. He vetoed a trade to the Cardinals. He vetoed a trade to the Giants. He hadn't traded to both teams before he dumped them on the Yankees' lap. He dumped to the Yankees because he couldn't get him anywhere else. He turned down trades to both teams. So he already turned down the Cardinals. He's not going to go there now. If he wanted to go somewhere, he'd want to go to Dodgers, I think. But I think it's going to be hard to trade him. And my understanding, he's got a full no trade as far as I know. Bob in Monticello. What's up, Bob?
Hey, Mike. How you doing?
Good. What's up?
Big fan of LeBron, so if the series we expected, disappointing. I have one question that I really want to ask you, but I don't
know what you just said. You just said LeBron's performance has been disappointing in the playoffs, in the finals.
No. The series, just the series. LeBron's incredible.
Oh,
it is what we thought. Although I will say I was disappointed that he lacked some aggression last night in the third and fourth quarter. I thought I'm a huge fan. I've never.
He's exhausted. The guys, plus they're running since game one. They don't let him come down the lane anymore. They do not allow him to come down the lane. That's why McGee's in the game. They don't allow him to come down the lane. They don't leave their men. He has to go through two guys on every single play. They're not they leave guys wide open. They're double teaming him now, and they are not allowing him the freedom they did in game one. That's why he's not scoring 50 points.
One question I have, and it's I hate the Warriors. I hate but I hate the Red Sox because of the Yankees. I hate the Warriors. My question is this: do you think we'd all be as peeved? I'm peeved. I parody. Do you think the fact that they're all such showboats and that it's San Francisco and Silicon Valley, do you think we wouldn't have this much negativity if it was the Kansas City Warriors doing
No,
this
I think
now?
the thing is that I think people don't like them because they've not a likable team. They taunt their opponents. They're showboats. Green's a jerk. Curry's a showboat. So people don't like them. That's all. They have great talent. They have a wondrous offensive team. They really do. They have a wonderful complement. And, all you heard was that they had no bench this year. No bench. This bench is killing Cleveland in this series. These guys off this bench are killing them. Now to get Iguodala back. You knew Iguodala was going to make some plays in that game. He always does. I saw last night. I don't know if anybody saw it pregame because I was waiting around for the game. Anybody see this feature they did with Iguodala and Scottie Pippen, trying to compare Iguodala and Scottie Pippen's careers or acting like they're the same player? Anybody who thinks Iguodala, and then they went to Paul Pierce, and Paul Pierce said, "Do you see the similarities?" And Paul Pierce said, "What?" I mean, that's what I said. How are you comparing those two players? They're nothing alike. Both good defenders. Yeah, one was a good defender. The other one was one of the greatest defenders in the history of the league. Chris in Wallingford. What's up, Chris?
Hey, Mike. How are you?
What's happening?
So I know you're not a big fan of the Rockets. I think they laid out the blueprint that teams need to implement in order to beat the Warriors, which is very difficult because you need 5 guys on the floor that can interchange and switch defensively.
And they have to be able to all score, too.
Yeah, I mean, that's a tough combination.
It is.
Obviously, you're talking, that's a high mark. You got Durant's one of the best scorers of all time, and Clay and Steph, maybe top 5 shooters of all time, maybe top 3. But when you look at LeBron, I know you don't want to get into, where he's going, but why would he go back to Cleveland when that's nothing of the sort?
I don't know. See, listen, Chris, I'm not saying LeBron's going, but I've never stated where he's going. You've heard me say every time. I have no idea what in LeBron's head. I'm going to sit back and watch. I have zero idea where he's going or what's in his brain. I think he's got 2 years left max at a high level. Now, I don't know if LeBron's going to be a guy who wants to stay around and play 24 minutes on a team when he's older. I don't know if he wants to do that. I would say probably not, but I don't know. He could break every record of all time. We know that. I don't know if that interests him. I have no idea. But he's got 2 years left where he can be a major player at the top of the sport. That's it. That's all he's got. Where does he want to play it? I don't know. I really have no idea. We'll see what happens. And, maybe it'll be interesting. I don't know. Or maybe it won't. Who knows? I'll tell you, do I wish he would come to New York? I would love to see it. I mean, that would be so much fun for the next 2 years. I'll tell you right now, I would be there all the time just to see that basketball if that could happen. I would love to see it. I don't think there's a snowball's chance that it would even happen, but it would be fun to see. Wouldn't that be great, Mike?
The Garden would be like it was in 94.
Garden would be even better than it was in 94. That's how good it would be. 4 o'clock, here's the Mink Man.